What's going on, y'all? Happy Thursday evening to everyone, or Thursday night to you all on the East Coast and in the Midwest. This is the Jerzey Tha King Show. I am Kevin Jerzey Tha King Womble, and you are watching live on either Fuel Sports Network, Fuel Sports Network's YouTube, Facebook, or X channels. And I greatly appreciate you all being here. Man, I'm super excited for today's show. I got a lot to talk about with the Vegas sports, man. There's been a lot going on. Yesterday, my girls got it going. The Aces, you know what I mean, did their thing. It was, excuse me, not yesterday, Tuesday night. Sorry, Tuesday night. They did their thing, man. It's just a little scary. I ain't gonna lie. It was a little scary, y'all. So, we're gonna break that down. We're gonna get into some Golden Knights news. We're gonna get into some Raider news. We're gonna get into some Vegas Thrill news with their season ending, as well as the Golden Knights season ending. The Raiders season starting to, come into form, especially with the offseason beginning here soon. You know what I mean? So we're gonna get into some Raider news. Also, the Las Vegas Lights are back in action, as well as we got some news from our Las Vegas Desert Dogs and the National Lacrosse League. So get ready for a packed show, man. Let's jump right into it. And I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. It was a great game. It was a great game on Tuesday. But before I even get into that game, I do have some WNBA news. The Golden State team has finally announced their name and revealed their logo. They will be called the Golden State Valkyries. I'll let you guys see what that's looking like. I'm not going. What's going on, Sandy? Welcome in. I'm not gonna lie. It's not a bad logo. You know what I mean? It's not a bad logo at all. It's actually pretty nice. You know what I mean? I get it. Women warriors they were considered Valkyries who help the dead go to Valhalla or reach Valhalla, and that mythology. So I get it. They're the sister team of the Golden State Warriors. They're owned by the same ownership group. So I get it. You know what I mean? The Valkyries, they gave it a simple logo. I think that should be a secondary logo. I think they should do a little bit something a little bit better with it, like add some wings or something. You know what I mean? And like a sword or actual female dressed up as a warrior, as an actual Valkyrie. I think they could do something like that as well for another logo. You know what I mean? I think they should use this as like a secondary logo, not their main logo. I think their main logo should be a little bit more funky. But like I said, it's not bad. I'll show you guys it again one more time. It's not bad at all. I mean, I do give them credit for at least getting it ready, getting it rocking, getting it going. You know what I mean? So shout out to the Golden State WNBA franchise, the Golden State Valkyries. Also, last week on the show, I talked about the Valkyries before they were named the Valkyries, but I talked about the Bay Area team. Now knowing it's the Golden State Valkyries, talked about that team coming to the league next season. They'll be joining the WNBA next season. But I also stated that there were more teams coming as well. And the very next day, on Friday, last Friday, they announced that Toronto's getting a team. So in 2026, the Toronto franchise or Toronto area, has been awarded a WNBA franchise to debut in 2026. So, more than likely, what we'll get is the same thing like we got this year for the Valkyries. We'll have to wait until probably next year to get their team name and logo and things like that about where they're going to be playing and all that good stuff and go from there. You know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting to see the growth of this league, man. It really, really is. It's going to be very, very interesting to see the growth of this league from now and moving forward, you know, with that Golden State Warriors team coming next season in 2025. And then you have this Toronto team coming in 2026. Who knows? We may see the return of the Houston Comets. You know what I mean? We may see the return of the Miami Soul or the Detroit Shock. You know, some of these franchises might get revived because of the popularity now of the WNBA. So I wouldn't be shocked if we see some of these older franchises from when the WNBA first started back in 1997 and had their first season in 98. From that point till where we are now, you know what I mean? We don't have all those teams. So we may see an uprise and a revival of some of these older teams that were in the WNBA, kind of like teams I mentioned, the Houston Comets, Miami Soul, or even the Detroit Shock. So don't be shocked if you see some of those teams actually be revived and come back into the WNBA in the future. And it wouldn't be hard to get them right back in there, because all they basically would have to really do is have an ownership group who'll be able to get them rolling already. Get a logo made, you know what I mean? Or bring back the old logo and just redo it up. But, you know, something can be done for some of these teams to get revived, especially with the popularity of the WNBA. So speaking of, it was ring night in Vegas, baby. Ring night in the raising of the second consecutive world championship banner. You know, our Las Vegas Aces. And then I want y'all to see these rings, y'all. And look, there's Asia and Jackie with both of their rings, you know, back to back. You know how we do. Stand up for the Aces. And look at the diamonds on these rings, y'all. Oh my goodness. When I was at the game, man, when I tell you, when they open the boxes, you can see the bling from everywhere, yo. It was crazy. Them rings are beautiful, y'all. I'm telling you, them rings are beautiful. And then that led into a hell of a game. A hell of a game. And I mean a hell of a game. It was a nail biter. First of all, in the first quarter, let's start off with the first quarter. Asia Wilson comes out just going crazy. Okay. She starts the game off just dominating. When I say just completely dominating, in the first quarter, Asia Wilson scored 17 points on 7 of 10 shooting. Plus, the Aces as a whole shot 63.2%. We went 12 and 19 and held the Mercury to 27.8% shooting and 10 points off of 6. And we also got 10 points off of 6 Phoenix turnovers. So that's how the first quarter went. Then something happened. Like, we were beating the zone. We were getting offensive boards. We were getting defensive boards. We were cutting to the basket. I don't get me wrong. The whole night, that 3-point shot was off for the Aces. We don't know where the hell it was at. It was in the locker room. It came out, poked his head out maybe 2-3 times, and then that was it. We made about 2 or 3 threes in that whole entire game. So we know that needs to get cleaned up. But in that second quarter, what really had us on our heels is the fact that Diana Taurasi and the Phoenix Mercury, without Brittany Griner, granted, she's out for a while with an injury, but without her, they come into the second quarter like, okay, we got to do something. They start off hitting 5 of 6 from behind the arc. 5 of 6, while we were 1 of 8. Real talk. Then they outscored us 27-13 in the quarter altogether. You know what I mean? Rebecca Allen hit a pair of threes. In total, 10 points for Phoenix. Kelsey Plum scored 7 and just kept our pace in the second quarter for us. You know, we kept the lead, but that 18-point lead that we had going into the second quarter, we didn't have no more. You know what I mean? So something changed. We weren't beating their zone anymore. They were getting defensive rebounds like crazy, boxing out like crazy. They were just picking us apart behind that three-point line. Like our perimeter defense just wasn't showing up. And we get it. It's first game of the season. We just got presented the rings, just had the raising of the banner. You know what I mean? We still getting our groove on from there. You know what I mean? So I can honestly say, as a whole, we played a overall good game, but that second and third quarter is really what scared us and a lot. And it was like, okay, what's going on? Because Phoenix was allowed to come back in this game because of that 3-point shooting and our lack of 3-point shooting. And that's what really changed the dynamic in the game in the second and third quarter. But then when you got to the fourth quarter, then we started to dominate again, and we really closed the game out. And that just showed the grit of true back-to-back champions. You know what I mean? Regardless of how bad the second and third quarter went, or I wouldn't even say bad, but how it wasn't as good as the first quarter. It wasn't as high scoring for the Aces as the first quarter. We weren't on point on offense and defense as we were in the first quarter, in those second and third quarter. But when we got back to that fourth quarter, or like I said, going back to that fourth quarter, when we got into that fourth quarter, something clicked. Like Becky said, hey, get your heads back in the game. Show them why we're champions. And you've seen it. You've seen it. The Aces buckled down. They did their thing. And we ended that game with an 89-80 victory. Now, A'ja Wilson went the hell off. The reigning two-time MVP had 30 points, 13 boards, 5 assists, 3 blocks, and a steal. Then this is when you know you have leaders around you. Without Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young, Kelsey Plum step up big time. You see Jackie Young provided 23 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. And then Kelsey came back with another 19 points, 5 assists, made 3 3-pointers as well. So I think we actually had like maybe 4 or 5 3-pointers in the game. But we shot an abysmal. We shot abysmally from the 3. Like we really did. Kelsey Plum was 8 of 20 all night. 19 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. Jackie Young was 6 of 16. A'ja Young was 10 of 22. So, you know what I mean? And we finished the game 6 of 29 from 3-point and 29 of 71 from the field. That just goes to show you that our shooting was off. Let's just keep it real and let's call it what it is. Our shooting was off, and we didn't perform in that second and third quarter like back-to-back champions. We should have been able to cruise through that game. And in the second and third quarter, Phoenix showed the entire league that they still going to be a team to be reckoned with. Their defense is feisty. Those zones that they like to run on defense, they run it very well. And it showed against the reigning defending 2-time WNBA champions, our Aces. So, you know what I mean? It just lets you know that we going to have to get it together. I'm still a little upset about that Angel Jackson move. I'm still a little heated about that, Aces. What's going on? Ooh, excuse me. What's going on? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't think that was the right move. I think Angel Jackson would have been able to develop very, very nicely under the tutelage of A'ja Wilson and Megan Gustafson, as well as Kirsten Bell. You know what I mean? And Kia Clark. She would have been able to grow and be able to maybe even be a two-way forward, playing the big power forward, you know what I mean, as well as the small forward. She could have, easily be a stretch 4. You never know. But now we got to see who picks her up. If she gets picked up, we'll see how she develops and where it might bite us in the ass or not. You know what I mean? But we're going to jump into a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we'll have more with the Aces. And then we'll move on to some more Vegas sports news. Because, this is what we talk about here on the Jerzey Tha King show. So we'll be right back with more right here live on Fuel Sports Network. If you haven't downloaded the Fuel Sports Network app, go ahead and do so on your Roku and Amazon TV and devices. So Roku TV, Amazon TV, a Roku Fire or a Roku stick and an Amazon Fire Stick, and you can find us on there. Fuel Sports Network is all you have to search. We are powered by Gateway City Sports. You can also check out gatewaycitysports.com, get you some Fuel merch as well. We also have a special Autism Speaks Fan United Experience Legion Fuel t-shirt that's out. And you can go to the Fuel Sports Network social media pages and get more information on where you can purchase you one. So when we come back, we're going to get into some more Aces news, y'all. This is the Jerzey Tha King show live on Fuel Sports Network.
It's time I get in the game, forget the money and fame. Stay ready, making sure that they'll remember my name. I got a hunger inside, when the numbers are tied, yo, I'ma turn it up a level.
Back. Welcome back to the Jerzey Tha King show. I'm your host, Kevin Jerzey Tha King Womble. And before we went to break, we were talking about the recent game, the home opener, season opener of the Las Vegas Aces, where we did get a victory, but we didn't have the best game. Now, I do have some footage for you guys. I was able to go to the press conference because I am part of media. You know what I mean? If you can see that good old media pass back there, I am part of Las Vegas credentials, media credentials. So I was able to go and check out the game and be a part of the press. And it was an awesome experience. I can't even lie. That was amazing. They do it big in Vegas, y'all. I'm just letting you know. We do it real big out here in Vegas. But y'all go ahead and check out this video of me I got to speak with A'ja Wilson as well, or I got to at least ask A'ja Wilson a question as well as Jackie Young. So check out this footage from the press conference, y'all. A'ja, Kevin Womble with Fuel Sports Network. You started the game off. Don't mind the camera, my bad. I was trying to get it right. First quarter, and then it started to kind of slow down for you. What was different in that second and third quarter? Whether it have been on Phoenix's side defending you, or was it just your shot not being on in that second and third quarter?
I'm trying to think back. I mean, basketball is a game of runs. It's not going to be, I'm not going to go 17 each quarter. That's the whole part of the game. It's just, I'm going to be getting a lot of different looks and just making sure that my teammates were getting a role. I feel like in that sense, it wasn't me, it was KP in that sense. So I'm not going to be honing in on, oh my God, I need this amount of times. No, that's not how the game goes. I just kind of took what the defense was giving me, and my teammates allowed me to kind of rock out a little bit, and it just kind of went from there.
Jackie, Kevin Womble, Fuel Sports Network.
You guys started off very, very fast out of the gate in the first quarter. What changed in the second and third quarter, in your opinion, that you guys feel you can work on next game and moving forward within the season?
Yeah, we weren't getting stops in the second quarter, especially. I think they scored what you said, like 22 points or something like that in the second quarter. So just getting stops. We were playing out of our defense in the first quarter, and we were able to get going in transition. So whenever we aren't getting stops, we aren't able to do that. But I think the biggest thing is just playing a full 40 minutes of defense, putting together a full 40 minutes, and executing the game plan.
Yeah. So there you go. Like they said, a full 40 minutes was not put together in that game. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. A full 40 minutes was not put together in that game. And unfortunately, it caught up to us in the second and third quarter. But fortunately, we were able to close out that game and get the dub. Also, in this game, we set a record at Michelob Ultra Arena. Sorry about that, y'all. We we actually set a record for attendance. 10,419 people in attendance at the game. And you can see it, man. It was a ton of people up there. If you see up to the top left, I was up there. Very top left. Myself and as well Mel from Girl Chat Sports with Mel and Mo. So, we out here, man. We out here recovering Las Vegas sports, man. We're doing our thing, man. So if you have a chance, go check out Fuel Sports Network and check out um, Girl Chat Sports with Mel and Mo. They also cover Vegas teams as well, but they also cover sports in general. So they're not like, I guess I'm pigeonholing myself, I guess you can say, to Vegas, but that's the purpose of my show, to showcase Vegas sports. Their show showcases Vegas sports as well as all sports in general. So just check out the show, man. Check out all the other shows on Fuel Sports Network as well. You can also check out we have a show with DeAndre Francois. He's the backup quarterback for the DC Defenders in the United Football League and former offensive lineman from the Orlando Guardians last year in the XFL, Jordan Igofase. They have a show together called Player Perspective with Dre and Big Ham, and they break down the UFL every week. You can go check out their latest episode from season 1. It's the first Fuel original series, Fuel Sports Network original series. So go check it out. It's called Player Perspective with Dre and Big Ham. They break down the UFL each week from a player's perspective. So go check it out, man. It's definitely also big announcement this week. The Queen, the MVP, of course she got a shoe. The A1 is set to debut in 2025 through Nike. Asia Wilson getting her own signature shoe with Nike, and it will be called the A1 and is set to debut in 2025. And she is just the 13th player, I believe, overall. And I think only one of two. I think Candace Parker is the only other African American female WNBA player who has their own shoe right now. And there's been 13 over the course of the WNBA and women getting their own signature shoes. And Caitlin Clark, the rookie for the Fever, we all know who she is. She's getting a shoe as well. It was announced this year, before she even went into the draft, that she's going to be getting a shoe because of the NIL deals and all that good stuff. So that's what it's looking like in the W. But this Saturday, you already know our Aces are back in action at home at Michelob, baby. Right here in Las Vegas, Nevada, baby. We're going to take on the Los Angeles Sparks. And this is going to be an interesting matchup because the Sparks made some very, very good moves in the draft and during the offseason. So I'm interested to see how they come into Vegas, man. And we are looking to look, this is another sold out home game. I forgot to get the graphic up for you guys. Well, I got to it late. I didn't get it until late, but next Thursday, I will have the graphic up for you guys to show you. All of our home games are sold out. Sold out. So it's gonna be packed. It's gonna be fun. You better get your tickets now if there's any seats available. Maybe people have canceled, maybe season ticket holders ain't gonna be able to make it, whatever the case. Get your tickets for these home games, man, because Vegas got it popping right now in the W is just empowering right now. The W is really just empowering women's sports right now. Just keeping it real. It really, really is. And it's an awesome thing to see. But our Vegas Aces, we're on our way to a three-peat. We can clean up our perimeter defense, clean up those offensive play sets against the zone. Oh yeah, we're gonna definitely be looking at a three-peat. But it starts with these first few games, getting our feet wet, getting our chemistry, and seeing what our rookies are gonna be doing. Um, Deasia Fair, Emma Kitley, or excuse me, Elizabeth Kitley, and Kate Martin, who, if you guys don't know, played alongside Caitlin Clark for the last 2 or 3 seasons at Iowa. So the Fever may have gotten Caitlin Clark, but we got her counterpart, Kate Martin. So we're going to see what she's going to bring to the table. She made the cut. She's on the team. Kitley made the cut. She's on the team. Deasia Ferris made the cut. She's on the team. Angel Jackson's the only one that didn't make the cut, unfortunately. So out of my 4 picks from this season. So unfortunately, that's just how the cookie's going to crumble this season, man. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But hey, like I said, we'll see how they fare. You know what I mean? So yeah, this Saturday, May 18th at Michelob Arena, if you are in the Vegas area, go to the game. You might see me there. You might not. I don't know yet because I have my show to do. So, I got the gridiron to do. What's going on, Miss B? How are you tonight? I definitely have the gridiron to do. So, we'll see if I pop up. But make sure y'all go check out Asia Wilson and the crew. Plum Dog, Kelsey Plum. Chelsea Gray more than likely will not be in this game. She's still coming back from that injury, that foot injury. So just be prepared for that. Um, Real quick, I wanted to jump in this before because it's just some quick news. Zach Greer from the Las Vegas Desert Dogs National Lacrosse League team has been awarded the Teammate of the Year award. You feel me? So congratulations to our guy Zach Greer. Was a hell of a teammate this season. The Las Vegas Desert Dogs did not make the playoffs this season, but we do have some interesting moves to be made in the offseason. So, we'll see how it fares. And I will be at those games next season, starting in December. The season kicks off in December, but we will get some of the players and hopefully the coach or coaches, a couple of the coaches on the show and speak with them, and you guys get to know them, get to learn more about lacrosse for all you who don't know about lacrosse but would like to get into it, because we have a team in Vegas and it's in a pro league. So I'm just saying, if you're a fan of Vegas sports and Vegas professional sports teams, aside from, possibly, no, just play it. No, if you're a Vegas sports fan and you want to support these Vegas pro teams, check them all out. All these teams that you hear me talking about, check them out. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. We're going to take another quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to get into some Vegas thrill news because our season has ended. Unfortunately, we did not make the playoffs. But for the first team, or the first season, and having to be the team to pick last, we had a pretty damn good season. Just saying. We had a pretty damn good season. So I'm not going to fault them ladies at all. They played their hearts out. But we'll be right back after this commercial break. with more from the Jerzey Tha King Show live on Fuel Sports Network.
Came for my wins, I need my hands. This life is real, and play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my hands. This life is real, and play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I'm on my job, I get it done, but you should know that. Shine like a sun, a 101, you should know that. I get the front and in the back, you should know that. No need to stun, it's never cap, you should know that. All I know, 10 toes, never fold, bang roll, on the go, ice wall, ice wall, ice wall. Came for my win, I need my hands. This life is real, and play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my hands. This life is real, and play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in.
Back to the Jerzey Tha King Show live on Fuel Sports Network. Of course, I am your host, Kevin Jerzey Tha King Womble. And like I said, man, we're going to jump into some Las Vegas thrill news, or excuse me, some Vegas thrill news, because we got a few things to talk about. Yes, our season did end. And, you know, the team thanks the fans for the support, because when I tell you the support of this team's fan base this season for for the first inaugural season was so crazy. I'm talking even the very last game at home, we're losing the game, y'all, and the fans are still going nuts, helping us get back into these sets. Like, when I tell you the fan support out here in Las Vegas for these pro teams is so crazy, and it's so amazing to see, man. I love it. I love it, and to be a part of it as well, because of me, I'm a fan of a lot of these teams out here. Every team except the Raiders, and I got to just keep it real, because you guys see I'm a Cowboys fan. I just cover the Raiders, and I rock with the Raiders. You know, I hope they are successful. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying. But despite going 8-16 this season, like I said, we had the last pick of players when it comes to being able to fill up the roster. And we got the best players we could. And look what they did, even with a good amount of rookies. 8-16. You know, we're tied for the third worst record in the league. It is what it is. 3 teams win 8-16 today, or 8-16 this season. But there's 3 more teams coming to the Pro Volleyball Federation, and they are going to be in Kansas City, Missouri, Indianapolis, Indiana, and Dallas, Texas. And they will be starting their season next season, or starting their teams and, you know, launching everything next season. So I'm excited for it. I'll be covering the Vegas Thrill next season. It's going to be a longer season because there's going to be more teams, so there's going to be more games, and it's going to be a bigger fight for the playoffs. You know what I mean? So I'm really, really excited to see what's going on. It's going to be 5 teams in each division until more teams come. I know for sure, if I'm not mistaken, the Indianapolis team is called the Indy Ignite. So I'm excited to see these teams come in this league. I'm excited to cover the Vegas Thrill. I'm excited to cover the PVF. I actually got I was actually credentialed to be able to go and cover the championship game in Omaha. I just wasn't able to make it. But if they have the championship game out here in Vegas, you already know I'll be here. So you already know. But Alicia Glass-Childress actually won the award for most inspirational player in the Pro Volleyball Federation, as well as making the second team all league. So that's huge, man. That's huge. She made second team all league and as well was the most inspirational player. So shout out to Alicia Glass Childress. You know what I mean? A setter on the team, our main setter, our starting setter. Congratulations to you, AGC. And I wish you all the success. And I hope to get you on the show, you know what I mean, sometime this summer before next season starts. And I'm looking to actually get Coach Flory on the team or on the show as well. Cat Bell, um, Peyton Caffrey, Berkeley Oblad, who's from Henderson, Nevada. I'm trying to get her on the show as well. So I'm working, y'all. I'm working. I'm gonna have some guests on the show, definitely from the PVF volleyball or Vegas Throw volleyball team. Definitely gonna try and get some of the players on the show, get some interviews for you guys and things of that nature as well. So make sure you keep tuning in, check the social medias, you know what I mean? And if you don't know, if you're new to the show and you don't know the Jerzey the King Show social medias, here you go. On X, it is the Jerzey the King Show or the JTK Show. On Facebook, it is at the Jerzey the King Show. And I know it says the with an A. I have to wait to be able to change it, but I will. And then you have on YouTube at Jerzey the King and on IG at JTK Show. So make sure you guys go and follow the show so you can stay up to date with all the latest news. Now, one thing I am excited to talk about really quickly here is our Vegas Nighthawks or our Vegas Golden Knights, excuse me. They they give out these awards on the team for, you know, their team awards basically, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie, they're team awards. And they give them out every year. They've been giving them out every season since the inception of the team. And let me get to it really quickly, y'all. I just wanted to go over it really quickly with you guys. The actual award winners. Here we go. So you guys can actually see it for yourselves. Cause I ain't gonna lie, man. My boy Jackie Eichel, man. Jack Eichel. I call him Jackie Eichel. He won a couple awards. So let me present and show you guys what I'm talking about. Share my screen really quickly. I'm sorry I ain't have this up already. But here you go. Now, Jack Eichel took home the first Star Award presented by Gold Bar Whiskey and the Vegas Strong Service Award, which was previously won in 2017 and 18 by William Carlson. Then you have Braden McNabb. He was named the winner of the seventh player award. Eichel and McNabb represented the engraved Tiffany plates and engraved dog tags from David Human to commemorate their honors. So those player awards is what they give out every year on the team. And I just wanted to cover it a little bit, show you guys the past few winners of the first Star Award, the Vegas Strong Service Award, and the seventh Player Award. You know, Jack Eichel is a back-to-back winner of the 5-Star Award. He's also won the he's also won the Strong Service Award, Vegas Strong Service Award this year. But as you see, these are our past winners of, you know, our team awards that we give out, which are the 5-Star Award, the Vegas Strong Service Award, and the seventh Player Award. So congratulations to Jack Eichel and Brandon McNabb for those award wins. I'm excited for next season. I know we exited this season early. It's all good. We're going to make the right moves. You can tell Coach Cassidy, his focus now is just getting the offseason right as far as making the right moves, bringing in the right pieces, guys recovering from injury fully and being 100% going into next season. So we know we got a lot of work to do. We know that we may have to make some free agency moves. We know we may have to let some players go and not be able to re-sign certain players just to be able to get cap space to go ahead and make other moves to bring in other players that will be a better fit instead of having to pay those players that are expecting a little bit more money. You know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting to see. You guys already know. I'll keep you updated right here on the show. Now let's get into some football. The Nighthawks, man, woo! The Nighthawks stay perfect. Stay perfect. Look, I ain't gonna lie. I love this indoor football league team. They are lit. These guys are high flying. They're very very disciplined, and these boys get it popping, man. They get it popping. It was a close game, but as you can see, Jerome Johnson went 12 of 17 passing, 167 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did throw an interception that was a pick six as well, but he did throw a pick six. But he also had 33 yards on the ground with 2 rushing touchdowns. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with how the IFL is different from outdoor leagues, the field is smaller. It's a 50-yard field instead of 100 yards. And then you have dasher boards, the walls around. You know what I mean? So it's totally different as far as how it looks because it's not as big. It's smaller. And then the net, there's nets that they're called rebound nets for the field goal. You know what I mean? So in case the kicker misses and it bounces off the net, there's that player that's back there can actually return that and get points. If on the kickoff, the kicker kicks it through the net or kicks it through the goalpost, that's actually called a ruse and they get a point. So then they can try a 2 point drop kick as well for a 2 point conversion. So the rules and stuff are different from outdoor. You got to get into it, man. It's really, really dope. And then you just got to experience the game at Lee's Family Forum, man. Experience all these games at Lee Family Forum. The Desert Dogs of the National Lacrosse League will be playing at Lee's Family Forum next year. They're moving from where they're currently at and be playing. We'll have the Nighthawks, the Vegas Thrill, the Desert Dogs, and the Henderson Silver Knights, which is the Golden Knights minor league team in the American Hockey League. They'll all four be playing at the Lee's Family Forum Arena next season. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be packed constantly. It's going to be so fun. So make sure you guys check it out. But also, Quentin Randolph provided 7 receptions, 123 yards, and a touchdown. Antonio Wimbush had 10 rushing attempts for 45 yards and 3 touchdowns, as well as a receiving touchdown for, I think, about 25 yards receiving. Caleb Hawley had 3 receptions, 27 yards, and also had a touchdown, a receiving touchdown, and had a rushing touchdown. Because in the IFL or in the Indoor Football League, it's another difference is your receivers are lined up behind you when you're and as far as the quarterback goes, and you send them in motion, and if they go past that 1 yard line before you hike the ball, it's offsides. But if they don't, you hike the ball, or it's 1 yard past the line of scrimmage, excuse me. If they go 1 yard past the line of scrimmage before the ball is hiked, that's offsides when you send them in motion. But here's the thing. Sometimes both receivers won't go in motion, and it won't be 2 receivers. You may have a receiver back there about to go in motion, and then you have a running back coming in motion. And when he comes in motion, he goes down and curves right in front of the quarterback just in case the play's a handoff. But then that gives you the RPO option a lot. There's a lot of RPO play in the IFL. So, man, definitely go and check it out. We're going to take one more quick commercial break. Well, before we do, the score was 68-64. As you can see, it was Henderson Heroes Night as well. So it was a fun event. Definitely was. I'm trying to work on getting credentialed with the Nighthawks too, so I can go and cover them guys and go to these games and really, really enjoy the experience of the Indoor Football League, man. So definitely, I'm really, really excited about this upcoming season for the Vegas Nighthawks. We are going into week 10 in the IFL, and they are looking to stay undefeated. They're away. They're going to Tucson. My bad, I spelled it wrong. And it's crazy. I pronounce it like when I be trying to remember how to spell it, I be like Tucson, and I still typed it in wrong, but it was just me moving too fast and I didn't do it right. My bad, y'all. But they are going into Tucson to take on the Sugar Skulls this Saturday. So make sure y'all tune in. If you have cable and you watch the Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network, the game may possibly be on there since the Thrill season is over. The AHL season is over and the Desert Dog season is over. So the more than likely they might air the game this Saturday, even though it's an away game. So make sure you guys tune in to the Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network for that game or their YouTube channel, like you can every week for all the games. But it's going down in the daggone IFL, y'all. Our Vegas Nighthawks are undefeated. We've beaten the best teams except one. There's still one team we have to beat to be considered really the best, hands down, and that's the Frisco Fighters. We have to take on TJ Edwards and the Frisco Fighters and actually beat them. And if we can do that, then the Vegas Nighthawks can really say, yeah, we're the number one team for show in the IFL. But we're going to take our last commercial break of the evening. When we come back, we will get into some Raider news and then some Las Vegas Lights news. There is no Silver Knights news right now because their season's over and there's not much going on. I'm thinking about starting to cover the Aviators as well, the minor league baseball team. I'll let you guys know if you want me to. Let me know if you're interested, and we can start covering the Aviators too. You know what I mean? So we'll be right back after this commercial break, and we're gonna get into some more Vegas sports right here, live on Fuel Sports Network. This is the Jerzey Tha King Show. You already know.
Same great taste. Yes. Same great taste. Same great taste.
Welcome back to the Jerzey Tha King Show, live on Fuel Sports Network. As you saw, if you'd like to email your fan mail questions into the show, you can do so at jerzeytheking@gmail.com, and I will ask them and answer them right here on the show live. And you can watch and give your opinion if you're watching on any of the social media platforms, or if you're watching on TV and just chatting. You know what I mean, in the chats on YouTube or Facebook or X. So now let's move on to more football, American football, I should say. Yeah, let's move on to some more American football, and let's talk some Las Vegas Raiders. Now, before we get into the schedule, because I know the whole schedule release was important, but the Raiders signed the entire draft class. Every player, from Brock Bauer to JPJ to DJ Glaze, all the way down the line. Every pick from every round was drafted. If you don't believe me, here you go. All of them signed. Every single one of them. So, congratulations to all them boys. It's going to be interesting to see them play this year and how they develop, and especially in the preseason. Preseason is really going to be interesting to see how they're doing, especially Brock Bowers and JPJ and DJ Glakes. You know what I mean? But with the other moves that the Raiders have made this offseason, bringing in offensive linemen, bringing in defensive linemen, bringing in Michael Gallup, bringing in Christian Watkins. I mean, Christian Watkins and Max Crosby. Are you serious? I'm just saying that's going to be crucial. That's going to be crucial. So I'm interested to see what these rookies bring, man. I really, really am. I'm interested to see what these rookies bring, regardless of the team. Now, the Las Vegas Raiders 2024 schedule. This is interesting to me because their schedule looks kind of tough, y'all. The Raiders' schedule looks kind of tough. Now, the preseason side, you see the 3 preseason games. You got the Vikings, the Cowboys, and the 49ers. And I think I want to go to that Cowboys preseason game because it's here in Vegas. And then my wife might want to go to the 49ers preseason game because it's here in Vegas. So that's going to be interesting in the preseason. But look at the regular season. You start the season off with the new look Chargers, then go to Baltimore. Then you see you get then Vegas has to go and see all about. Well, no, the first 2 games are away. I'm sorry, you have to go to LA and then go to Baltimore. Then we got to come home and play the Panthers. Not sure what to expect from that. Then you got to look at Cleveland at home. Then you go to the new look Broncos, to the new look Steelers, or nope, the Steelers come here. Then the Rams, traveling back to LA. Then the Chiefs for the first time in the division games, of course. Then the Bengals, then a bye. Like, what? Then right after the bye, Miami, then Denver again, then Kansas City again, then the Buccaneers, then the new look Atlanta Falcons, then the Jacksonville Jaguars, then the Saints, and then the Chargers again. That, my friends, is called one tough schedule. And let's look at it again. How many NFC teams do the Raiders really play this year? Let's look at that. The Panthers, the Rams, the Buccaneers, the Falcons, and the Saints. Okay, not a too small of an amount. Thought it was kind of small when I first looked at it, but that's a tough schedule, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. That's a tough schedule for the Raiders this season. So I'm really, really interested in seeing how this season plays because the Raiders have made a lot of moves. Uh, Devontae Adams seems like he's happy now with the moves that have been made and the future of this team and what we're going to be looking at this upcoming season. I believe he's also happy from what he stated. He's happy with the draft picks that the Raiders drafted, especially bringing in Brock Bowers. That's huge. You know what I mean? That's going to open up more passing for Aiden O'Connell to get the ball to my man Adams. And then just on top of the fact that, like I said, all the pieces that they've added, Michael Gallup, you know what I mean? A couple offensive linemen, another tight end, backup tight end as well. And again, Christian Watkins. Just saying, this Raiders defense is going to be different from last year. And last year, it was no joke. You know what I mean? For a good portion of the season, they had some damn good games where their defense was playing stout. You know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting. Antonio Pierce got them boys for a whole season now. It's going to be definitely different. They're buying into what he's selling. So I'm interested to see. But let's quickly jump into this Las Vegas Lights news. Las Vegas Lights just played against the San Antonio FC club and actually ended the match in a draw. It was a good match, man. It was definitely a good match. It was We outshot them by so many and still ended the match in a draw. That was the crazy thing to me. We outshot them by so much and still couldn't get a W. We couldn't get that W. So it's just growing pains, man. Growing pains, and just the team with the new players coming in this year, meshing, getting that chemistry in these different formations, and you know what I mean, in these different set pieces and stuff, and just getting things together, just getting that chemistry together for when they're out there on that field. Like I said, when these different set pieces, corner kicks, and things like that, they just got to get their chemistry together. They got to get their passing back up to par to where it was last season. Right now, Las Vegas is in 10th in the USL standings in the Western Conference, so we definitely need to pick up our record, and we definitely need to get some more W's, man. These draws ain't gonna help us at all. You know what I mean? These draws aren't gonna help us at all. So we definitely need to get some W's. This Saturday, though, at Cashman Field, we are taking on the Louisville City FC Club. They are coming here to Cashman. If you are a fan of soccer, if you are a fan of the Lights FC Club, make sure you go down to Cashman and check out the game. It's gonna be a fun gun. It's gonna be a fun one, man. Look, let me tell you something. When I watched the Las Vegas Lights FC play the Los Angeles FC Club from the MLS, and they only lost by 2 goals, and it wasn't no convincing win. Like, LA had to work. Trust me when I say Vegas has a good team. They just need to get it together. They just need to get the chemistry together. That's all it comes down to. But real quick, for those who are, like me, Vegas Viper fan from the XFL, wishing that the team would have came back this season. The reason being is because of this simple reason. The owner of the Las Vegas Lights FC renovated Cashman. Straight up. He renovated Cashman, and this is what Cashman looks like now. This is what Cashman looks like now. These are the renovations that were made. It looks like a whole soccer field now. Doesn't look like a baseball field anymore, except for that scoreboard back there. But that's the reason why. You know what I mean? And I think that's one. And he didn't want to have to share the field. That's what it all came down to. He didn't want to have to share the field. Period. That's why Vegas doesn't have a team in the UFL right now, because the Las Vegas FC owner did not want to share the field with the XFL team. So it is what it is, man. But that's my time for today. Thank you all for joining. I greatly appreciate all the love. I hope to see you all on Saturday for the Gridiron, where we got some UFL news, some NFL news, and some NCAA news. If you've been paying attention to the airwaves today, if you've been paying attention to social media today, yes, we're talking NCAA football is coming back. So make sure you guys go and follow the show's socials and all that good stuff. Of course, share the streams on social media and follow Fuel Sports Network everywhere. Just search Fuel Sports Network and you will find us. I promise you, Fuel Sports Network, y'all. But that is my time. I love y'all. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to the Jerzey Tha King Show live on Fuel Sports Network. Again, if you have not, go and download the Fuel Sports Network app on your Roku and Amazon TV and devices. And we will definitely love to see you watching us on the show, because we got a lot of stuff coming, man. We got a lot of stuff coming. So like I said, man, just keep tuning in. And if you want to send in your fan mail questions for next Thursday, send them to right here, jerzeytheking@gmail.com. And we will get your questions asked and answered for the show. But again, that's my time, y'all. I love y'all. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I will holla at y'all on Saturday for the gridiron with myself and Double GOG Gabe Garcia. Gabe will not be here this week. He's coming back next week. So you're just going to have me. But I love y'all. Peace out.